Joining us now with analysis on the situation in Iran is John Deaton. He's a former U.S. Marine. He's also the presumptive Republican nominee for U.S. Senate in Massachusetts. John, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. What so far is your assessment as we go into day 4 of Epic Fury?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Well, listen, the head of the snake is gone, but the body, the IRGC, is still there. And the question is, can the United States and Israel in Epic Fury fracture the security apparatus, not just the leadership? Because if you could do that, then you give, the people of Iran more confidence that they can rise up to try to, take back their country. That's the real question here. We're seeing that Iran, the one thing that Iran has over the United States is that they've prepared for this, and they know that maybe the American people may not have the will for a sustained long war. And I think that you've seen Iran, shoot missiles everywhere at hotels, at civilians, cause as much damage as they can to try to exhaust the will of the people. And so the next few weeks are going to be critical.
Yeah, and as you point out, we are attacking their ability to project externally. But what is the tipping point that you think would need to happen so that either those security forces and police on the streets either lay down their arms or the people are strong enough to effectively, force a coup?
Yeah, listen, this is probably the most important question that you're asking. We just saw this regime slaughter 35,000 of its own people who were in the streets protesting for freedom. And so you got to understand what we're seeing right now is a fracture of results. You have people in the streets in small towns and cities celebrating, saying they love Trump and welcoming the United States as a liberator. But you're also seeing factions that are seeing the death of their leader almost become a martyr or actually become a martyr, and nationalism kind of takes over with certain factions. And so we've got to devastate them to the point where some in the military themselves do exactly what you say, which is lay down weapons, seek immunity, that they want to see a change to a more pro-democratic government. But listen, the Iran regime has levels of succession from what they're reporting, 4 or 5 layers deep. So if we've taken out the first 2 or 3 layers, the question is, can we fracture their security apparatus to the point where they give up and gives the people enough courage that they can take back their government?
And I know that President Trump, while he says he doesn't rule anything out, it seems like this is predominantly an air and sea military campaign. What other soft power might we be able to implement to assist those who do want to overthrow their government, whether that be, providing internet services or other types of, on the ground type of support where we don't actually, go on the ground?
Yeah, that is very important. As you're seeing Iran right now, they're having rolling blackouts. They had internet blackouts as they slaughtered tens of thousands of people. And so creating getting rid of and demolishing their command center, their way to distribute information as far as the security apparatus, and giving the people satellites. I don't know. Hopefully, Elon Musk is sending, his satellites to provide free internet to the individuals. We need to establish communications within the different cities so that the people themselves can communicate and get the courage that they can overtake this government. But this isn't going to happen soon. An air campaign, is going to be a lengthy one, certainly several weeks, in my opinion, at a minimum. It is a very difficult thing to do with a regime like Iran's. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's difficult. And I think that's why President Trump is even if he's just saying it for perception, I won't rule out troops on the ground. He sort of said that yesterday, and I don't know if he actually means that or if he's sending the message to the Iranian people and the security apparatus that we're in it until this is over. We'll see.
Yeah, and it seems like the element of surprise is something that he has used time and time again effectively. But, John, I want to get your take on this because you're running for U.S. Senate. What's your feeling about Trump moving forward without congressional approval?
Well, listen, this has been an issue that every president has had with the War Powers Resolution Act of 1973. And, someone like my political opponent, Ed Markey, immediately caused what Trump did as unconstitutional and unlawful. And if he was consistent and did that when other presidents of his party did the same thing. Listen, Barack Obama bombed Libya for 7 months without any congressional approval and claimed that it didn't violate the hostilities definition of the War Powers Resolution Act as they were dropping bombs in Libya. Biden did it in Syria, in Yemen. Clinton did it in Kosovo, George W. Bush. Every president has taken similar actions. And so, unfortunately, politics is always going to be a play. I think the president and the administration needs to do a better job of communicating the mission and what our actual goals are. And, they're going to be doing a briefing today to Congress. It's going to be very important. The question is, if Congress votes to remove the Iranian conflict, what does President Trump do then? Then we could be into uncharted territory because that's never been tested.
Well, I appreciate you breaking that all down for us, John Deaton. Great to see you.
Great to see you.